But Among Us, they clearly want to take the advantage in that mid game. They want to try and push down towers and just make it a very small map for Motivate Trust. I don't know how much faith I have in a Leshrac pick, I'll be honest, John. It has felt very, very weak in the recent metas.
And of course, giving Savage a freer lane bot. So you've got to watch the time being spent here, and Q does opt to leave. Maybe they get some punishment out onto Jabs.
We're going. Inkswell is there. Jabs trying to survive through it, and Cuckoo's going to come in with a salve up. Jabs still alive, but they can't save him. Boombill is able to get the kill. Now Q going to rush for the 5-minute bounty rune.
Yeah, it's a slower start for both teams, but a better start for MG Trust. You are giving Savage a lot of farm here, though, and we know that Among Us does emphasize that safe lane farm for their team. So I don't think Among Us minds too much giving away that first blood, losing out on the runes because of that mid, although...
Ooh, Fearless going down to Arbet solo mid lane, and now Arbet going on to Boombill, getting another one. A double kill out for Arbet. He just got 2 by himself. There was 3 people in the mid lane.
A little late on the response to help Fearless out. MG Trust is normally a bit more on point with that aid, but didn't quite get there.
Oh, Jackie, he copped the stun. Arbet, a great rotation out. There was no wards watching Arbet's rotation.
You do not want to bleed these objectives out if you're MG Trust. Again, that's the entire point of Among Us's draft. Buy space and melt these towers.
He's not done yet, John. He wants Boombill now. Pulse Nova, not going to get anyone. Cuckoo still having a gander, does run into Boombill, but there's the Inkswell coming out. Cuckoo is going to get stunned up, but Arbet going back in. They do kill off the Centaur still. The Leshrac moving forward. They'll not get Boombill. He does verify, but Arbet eventually getting it. Now Q going for an avalanche toss back onto the Leshrac, but it is not going to be enough. Meanwhile, Fearless, he does manage to pick off Jabs. So a double kill out for the Zeus.
They do smoke up, though. They've got that Ravage sitting. They've got Thunder Gods ready to go. But that was under another Obs ward.
Oh, it was too. Scouted again. However, Arbet still getting caught out in that mid lane. They do take him out. Great kill there, but now the Death Ward going to come out from Whitemon onto Q, and Q is going to tick out to the Melodict. They do at least get a support trade, but definitely not going to be happy with the fact that they just lost their Leshrac. The nice little advantage with that magic immunity, well, not immunity, but rather block. They'll move up to that top lane, back to that tier 2 tower. However, Motivate Trust, they've smoked up and they're going to wrap behind. Savage is going to break the smoke, but they'd love to pick up this Lifestealer. The thing is, Masros can't ravage him yet. He's going to wait out the Raging Q. Is about to die and will, and now Masros being stunned up with the Death Ward out from Whitemon. He'll go for a run, but Jab's going to catch him out with the neutrals. He can't ravage either. It's just no point in doing so. He will just die. Whitemon able to take that kill. And Among Us now can just go back for that tier 2 top tower. The Slark being played by Jackie, he's doing a great job. He's pushing out that bot wave, and he's almost got the bottom tier 2 tower. So just by himself, he might get a trade here for Motivate Trust. But here comes Arbet and Whitemon with the smoke up. They get the Yules, they get the stun, but the Shadow Dance was there in time. Jackie now being stunned up. The Pulse Nova will go through the Shadow Dance, and he cannot TP out in time. A great gank up by the side of Among Us. And now with that Slark gone, they can go back up towards that top lane and finish off that tier 2 tower. Or maybe even find Fearless. Arbet looking for the Yules up, does get it, but Boombill going to come in and try and help out. They get the stun. Arbet going to have to back off now as the tier 2 tower is turning back around, though. No, they're going to go for a dive. Thunder God's Wrath comes out. Boombill, he'll go down, but now Q jumps in for an avalanche toss, does get Arbet, and now tosses Whitemon back in. The Hand of God does come out with the Death Ward, but it is not going to be enough to kill off Fearless. A great trade out for Motivate. Fearless, he's going to TP back to the fountain just in case that Melodict would have killed him. A big steal here from Among Us. And Motivate, they'd love to fight this one out. They will not be able to, however, and Fearless will be there to defend and does have the Aghanim Scepter up now, but Arbet going to try and cut him off here on the Leshrac, but no, Fearless, a good juke out. We'll get in the fog, and now they'll try to turn back around onto Jabs. That tier 2 tower under siege, but here comes 23 Savage back in on the back lines. Fearless going to TP out of there and might just make it. Masaros going to jump in. He gets a big Ravage off onto 2. Now with the Nimbus and the Avalanche toss. Savage has died. Here comes Jackie onto Arbet. The Melodic is going to be there though onto Masaros. He needs to turn back around. He's fallen quick. He'll be alright for now. They're still looking to fight. Q back in for the Avalanche and the toss back onto Jabs, but a great stun out from Arbed will hold him down. Jabs will survive. He'll salve up. Jackie sticking around, wanting to go back in, but there are too many heroes around. It is just too dangerous. Back to farming for Jackie. But Among Us, they're not done. Arbed back into Boombill. That should be a dead Grimstroke, but Jackie's going to come back in to try and help. No, he'll just use his Midas on a Chen creep. That's all he could do.
It's not the biggest objective for Among Us. MG Trust, however, could not really find the mid-tier one. Just the Chen creeps alone, and Abed did manage to shove them out, and he might look for something here.
They may. Cuckoo. Oh, he found a stomp. He got Fearless. He got the Zeus, but Fearless going to go for a run here. He's been stunned up. Invis not really going to help him out. They are going to kill him off. Now on to Boombill. Boombill has no way out of this one. Two great pickups there for Among Us. Straight after that tier 2 mid tower, and they might even try for high ground. They want those buybacks out from Motivate Trust. They'll commit. Masteros, he has the Ravage, but he'll need to commit it ASAP. The Kraken Shell helping him survive, and Savage going underneath those tier 4s now. Masteros is too low, but the toss back is going to help from Q. He'll save the days. Masteros back in for a 5-man Ravage. The Thunder God's Wrath is out. They'll try to take the fight now. 23 Savage already gone. Onto Arbed. Jackie just stealing stats away from the Leshrac. He'll get one line. Into the Aegis Life now, but Cuckoo going to jump back in for a stun. A toss back onto Jabs, a double avalanche. Jackie's hitting way too hard. That'll be Arbed gone. That'll be Jabs gone. Onto Cuckoo, or maybe even Whitemon. They'll take the Witch Doctor instead, and they might just get him. The pounce is going to land. They will get another. Can they get the full team wipe? Q with the avalanche toss once again into Cuckoo. He'll try to TP out. He's going to make it. Jackie just half a second off. That is a great defense from Motivate Trust.
Like, you need to Ravage right next to him. It has to be the first wave out. You can't afford to take any chances like that. And Masteros, this is one issue with the draft. I mean, they could initiate with a Tiny,
Fearless,
but there's also a window there.
Oh, they caught the Zeus out. A great pickup here for Arbed if he can get it, and it looks like he will be able to. Back into the high ground. There is no buyback on Fearless. He had to commit to the last team fight. Among Us should be able to at least get the tier 3 tower, but it will be glyphed up. Q trying for a toss back, but won't find an angle. Jackie going to be stunned up, but he'll pack it off. Back in from Masteros, but you don't have the Ravage to fight with. It's a very hard defense for Motivate Trust to go into. They need to make it work somehow though, with the Inkswell. Now back onto Arbed with the avalanche toss, but he gets healed up all the way. Jabs will keep him alive. Now back onto Masteros, but Jackie trying to fight this one out. He is all by himself, however. Jackie needs to get out of there. He'll BKB up. Another Stampede is there. Jackie, he's going to go down without buyback. And Among Us, straight for the tier 4 towers. They do not want to wait this one out. Q going to jump in, back onto Whitemon. Does get him, but the buyback is going to be there from the Witch Doctor. Buyback from Q. They need to buy more time for Fearless to be back up, so Masteros will jump in. 50 seconds for the Ravage. It's just going to be way too long. All he can do is Anchor Smash, but Cuckoo, 4-staffing back in. May not have been the play. Q will come in now with the Inkswell. Still not going to be enough, however. Back to those tier 4 towers. Masteros, he'll come back with some more Anchor Smashes, but the Ancient is now exposed. He needs to get in there quick. They need to do something. That Ancient's going down. Arbed, he will have the Edict back up in 5 seconds, but Q is back in with the Avalanche Toss and the Inkswell. Arbed, no, 23 Savage. He'll go down to the lifesteal, but Masteros is getting low. Here comes Fearless on the Zeus. Is it going to be enough time, though? It doesn't look like it. They have the heals. Arbed will hold them back as Cuckoo, Whitemon, and Jabs will go ahead and get the job done. And that'll be game 1. Going to the side of Among Us. That'll mean they are 1 game away from getting back to the grand finals.
Oh boy, what a display from Among Us. Back in form, playing a really aggressive draft, running at them, taking those towers.
I'm going to be frank here, John. I do not like that last pick Drow. I really don't like it. I think it's pretty nice in the safe lane up against the Underlord, but up against the Arbed Storm, I think it is going to be very dangerous to play into that as the Drow. Of course, down in the mid lane, we'll see Fearless up against Arbed. Should be a decent lane for Fearless, but Arbed can get rather aggressive at that level 3 mark. Fearless will see how much he can abuse. The Tide Hunter is top lane. What? 23 Savage gets a spin-off apparently and kills off the Oracle. That's the one positive thing for the Oracle now, that you do have that Fate's Edict. You can block out a lot of the spin damage.
Yeah, it's going to be important for Q to get that spell usage on point to prevent Savage from spinning. Of course, the Jug is very limited by mana pool. If you waste a couple of those spells, then Masura should have an easier time, and looks like they are running out of bit of mana there.
Jabs will go down to that bot lane. Boombell able to close the gap and just chase him down. Cuckoo was trying to go after Jackie on the Drow, but really couldn't get that much damage off, and now Cuckoo is back to being zoned down to this top lane, or rather pot lane. All he can do is Firestorm. Top lane, however, Masaros is in trouble again. One more attack will do it. Savage is going to be able to get it off. And it's not what you want as a Sand King, John. You're already quite weak as a hero. Bottom lane, Abed trying to make the rotation down bot with this regen. He's going to help take some stacks away here. This large camp. And might still be able to try to go for a kill onto Jackie, but it is looking a bit more unlikely. Oh, I say that, Boombell going to get caught out now. Abed does get the Vortex off, and Boombell is being blocked off by the Jabs creeps. Back into mid lane for our Storm. Top lane. 23 Savage finally going down. Masaros able to get the kill. Nice scan out though. They know he's there, and Abed might dive the tier 1 tower for this. He just wants some creeps to be around. There's your Sandstorm. Now they have vision. Abed just gonna jump in now with the dust, but a nice Burrow strike out. Pit of Malice also there with the Vortex in from Abed, and Masaros is gonna die. Hugh unable to help, but here comes Fearless. He's gonna try and get a trade. Or maybe not. He probably assumes they've TP'd out, but they might just go back in now into Fearless. He needs more help. He'll go for the bow down. Abed with the Vortex, now the Omni as well coming up from Savage. All onto Fearless, but a great torrent out from our Kunkka. He will be alive for now, but Abed going to keep going in onto Fearless. He is still surviving, just barely, but will finally go down. Abed, somehow still alive, will die to Boombell, but here comes Jabs with his creeps. Boombell will die, so will Q. Masaros back in, but he is by himself, and Savage will just keep hitting him. Masaros, he just TP'd in. He's gonna die. The only man to survive on Motivate Trust was Jackie, and that's because he never TP'd down bot. Jackie will see them. He'll just quickly try to push this wave out, but hit a Malice. Gonna hold him in for a bit, but not too long. Meanwhile, bot lane, Abed, very low on mana, may get caught out here as the Burrow Strike does come in with the Veil and Sandstorm. Abed still trying to get away here. He's been healed up by the Purifying Flames, still running, but has no mana, but he'll get Boombell now. What? A double kill out for Abed. He does not have a TP, but he's trying to buy more time. There's your Vortex. Jabs is coming in. The Burrow Strike, but Abed is still alive. Masaros will finally get him, but at what cost? It may cost them 3 heroes as Masaros will barely get out of there. Jabs wants the kill, but can't finish it. Masaros playing with fire, though. That slam almost came in. Not going to be enough, though. He does get the kill, and mid lane now. Boat gonna fly out. Fearless trying to kill off Whiteman. Savage is there, but Whiteman gonna die. Now Cuckoo there with the Pit of Malice. They have the Omni, but they will not commit. Fearless will be okay to run out of there, and it's gonna be a 6-10, less than 1k net worth lead here for Among Us.
Yeah, I mean, they're still maintaining a slight lead, but Motivate Trust aren't out of it, although he jumped in.
Abed comes back in onto the Kunkka, but Fearless, he's a very, very tanky Kunkka, or maybe not. The Omni, no, the false promise there from Q. Gonna save his life as Fearless will just TP back out to the fountain. Savage wanting to play around here. Masaros will come in for a Burrow Strike now. There is your Mortimer's Kisses to fly in. Abed, he's falling low to the multi-shot. He will die in the storm, but so will Masaros and Boombell. It's a 2 for 1, but they do get the Storm kill. They're going to try and defend this tier 1 mid tower, but you look back at Savage, John, that Battle Fury is about to come up.
Smoke on smoke, though.
Lane, Abed going to zip in. He wants Jackie first, but a good Burrow Strike out from Masaros into the epicenter. Abed is in trouble and will go down. Now Cuckoo trying to help out, but he might also just drop here. It's just too much damage to come out from Masaros. And of course Jackie. And there's more to come. Boombell not able to catch anyone else out. Jab's just going to TP away.
The root came out. The kisses could not land because Jackie just gets himself out anyway. And MG Trust, they are behind in kills, but not so far behind in gold. They can keep fighting like this if they want.
Arbet is it back in, but they're ready for him. Burrow Strike, not going to land. Now the side of Among Us, back in, onto that Sand King. They'll take down Masaros, onto Jackie, who got used up. They have the false promise. They might need to commit it soon, because Jackie's in trouble, but Arbet going to zip back in. The Fate's Edict will be enough to keep this round safe for Boombill. He is falling very, very low. There's your Pit of Malice. They caught all three of them. Fearless is going to throw the boat out and try to go for this team fight back onto Arbet, and Arbet, he is low and does go down again. Q will pick him off with the Purifying Flames. Now back into Savage. Cuckoo, he wants everyone to jump into the Uber, and they will. Jabs, he'll be up, but no, the X back. Oh, Cuckoo, he has Yules up. He does get the Yules off in the fountain. There's our Storm. Arbet just trying to get that Bloodstone up. He needs 400 gold for it. He doesn't really want to take this fight before it is there, but MG Trust is still going for that Roche. They need to make a play soon. They've caught out Cuckoo with that X into the Torrent. Cookie not going to help him out either. He'll use up, but the Purge is there, and now Savage. He does at least kill off Boombill. Back into Arbet, who goes straight onto Jackie, but he wants the Oracle first, and he might just get him Q. Try to run with the Glimmer Cape. Might actually make it out of there, and it looks like he will. Q will survive. Now back onto Jabs. Jackie gets that kill. Whitemon trying to control up Fearless. Does do so, but they still want that Roshan play. Pit of Malice going to hold them in. Arbet looking for the zip in, is going to hold out for now. But they'll start the Roshan themselves now, Among Us. You don't have the Omni to play with, however, but Cuckoo can at least get the Dark Rift off if they are in trouble. Masaros going to get more vision. Among Us, back to the high ground, buying time for Jabs to be back up. He does still have the mech up. Mortimer's Kisses to fly in now with the Pit of Malice. All onto Fearless, but the Fate's Edict is going to save his life. Onto Masaros, they get the dust off. The Sand King, but no, a great stomp out from Boombill into the multi-shot, and now the Earth Splitter coming through is going to connect onto both. They do kill off Savage. The Dark Rift might be enough here. The Yules is going to be there from Cuckoo, and he'll get Arbet out. But the Roshan is going to go the way of Motivate Trust. Great plays out from this Radiant side. They'll take the first Aegis of this game too.
MG Trust are playing it perfectly though, just taking these objectives for free while they can. If they set their sights out for the mid tier 2, it'll be another objective, but they go straight to the high ground.
Oh, Pit of Malice there right in time, so Cuckoo could not get stunned up, and now Masaros just copping a lot of damage from that tier 3 tower. They're really going to go for a push as well, Motivate Trust. They still have the Aegis. They want to try and get some more damage off into this tower. In fact, the Burrow Strike is going to be there onto Cuckoo now. He does get the Yules off in time, but the Fortune's End going to cancel off the Yules. Now Arbet jumping back in, but he's been silenced. That's really bad news for Arbet. They're trying to keep him alive, but it's going to be no good. He'll go down onto Jabs now. Motivate Trust. Doing some great work. Whitemon, however, going to jump in and take down Masaros. Fearless still trying to go onto Jabs, but here comes Savage. He does have the Omni. Jabs going to go down perhaps, but Jackie now going to turn back around onto Savage. Gets the Gust off with the Manta. Going to purge the silence. Meanwhile, Whitemon being silenced up now by Fearless. He'll be the fourth one to go down here for Among Us. And with that, they might be able to just get the pressure onto this tier 2 mid tower or the tier 3 bottom tower. Whichever one they prefer.
Still... You know,
Sorry
you've got
that.
a 5k lead now. It's okay. You've got a 5k lead
I'm
now.
not apologizing
from
to
MG
you,
Trust.
John. Jeez. Savage. Getting silenced. Start Pit of Malice is there. Savage is in trouble and gets blown up. Oh, the Earth Splitter. It was too much damage.
You really have to watch your positioning. They're just being punished. You can't dodge all of them, which is the Manta. And that's their racks. So widening that lead now to 7k in the way of MG Trust. Among Us.
Pit of Malice once again. Cookie, not going to land. They want to try and punish for this. But they're not going to get away with anything. Top racks, or at least the melee barracks does go down. And now Motivate. Do they want to keep going? Burrow Strike is there onto Arbet with the Epicenter. But no, Masaros not actually going for the Epi yet. Onto the Vortex, into the Elder Titan. Boombill dropping low and Fearless. Dropping very low to the Omni Slash. But the False Promise going to save his life for now. Boombill does go down. The Kunkka back in the fountain. Fearless, he will survive through the False Promise. And meanwhile, Masaros going to TP on top of the high ground. Does also get out of there.
They know the item reveals are there for Among Us. They know the Ags is up on Savage. The BKB also being revealed there from Abed.
Masaros.
Got to be a bit cautious.
They went back in, they got the Storm. He does not have a BKB up. He'll pop the Bloodstone charges, but no, they have too much damage from Fearless. Now Cuckoo trying to Dark Rift out of there, but he's also going to drop. Oh, MG Trust just so quick with the rotations. And they have a Roshan to play for. So that's exactly where they'll go.
They do have Whitemon's Ags up. Maybe you can make the play happen with a Gobble Up, but it doesn't look like they'll be able to contest the Roshan.
To make it as hard as possible for them to go high ground here, MG Trust. They're still going to give it a shot. See Jackie with that Eye of Skadi up now. Going to be even more painful to deal with this drought. On to Cuckoo. 4 staffs up to the high ground now with the Burrow Strike. Cuckoo about to drop. They're trying to heal him up. He'll get the Yules off in time, but the boat's flying in. They'll get the Unlord, but he'll buy back. Gobble Up onto Savage, hitting the Oracle, but Q had the Aeon Disc. That's your Swift Slash gone. Arbed is it back up to the high ground, but the Mortimer's Kiss is doing a lot of damage. Boombell is barely going to survive. They still want to fight this one out. They committed the buyback on Cuckoo. Savage still has the Omni. A nice stomp out. Fearless trying to deal with the Juggernaut, but Arbed jumping straight onto Q. Might just get the Oracle, though no. The false promise there in time. Savage still holding onto the Omni Slash. There's Masaros with the Burrow Strike. Back into the 4-staff onto Cuckoo. The Dark Rift going to get him out. Jackie, he's actually going to survive, but Cuckoo, he got X back by himself. Oh, to die back on Cuckoo. And they won't get the Aegis off Jackie. Gobble Up onto Savage, but no, they get the Silencer Burrow Strike off Savage. He's going to go down. He'll buy back. This is getting to be a really hard defense for Among Us. Jackie gets the T3 tower. Savage, he still has the Omni, but another great Burrow Strike out from Masaros into the double silence, and now the boat coming in. Savage, he can't afford to die. He'll mantra it off. Arbed, he's going to jump back in, but back out as well. Jabs just getting demolished here by Jackie. Onto that mid-racks. Jackie makes quick work of it, but they do cliff up. Arbed will zip back in onto the Sand King, but he's going to be careful. Fearless, he'll go for the X-Pack with the Silence, who pops the BKB. Now the Omni being committed, but the Link, or rather Lotus Orb, he's still going to get the kill onto Whitemon, but he does not get as much damage as he wanted, and now Savage needs a way out of this. He'll spin TP, but they might have the damage output. No.
Ooh.
No, they do not, but they call the GG. They can't defend any longer. And MG Trust, they will force to a game number 3.
Oh, man. It was really a big issue with the draft. Like, you said you didn't like the draft. Again, it's a weird matchup against Storm where it's 50-50, and Abed, he kept playing too aggressive. He needed a fast BKB if he wanted to be aggressive.
Oh, it's an off-lane Void we're seeing here.
Yep.
The Terrorblade last pick out from Jackie. All right. Masaros Void.
And that's the beauty of the Lone Druid. It can hold the lane out alone. You can go for this early tri-lane, and MG Trust has to be careful. Terrorblade at level 1, it's fairly easy to squish down.
Jabs, tossing back Jackie. He used that Metamorphosis. He does not want to die like this. He's trying to go after Jabs for the first blood, but Jackie is getting very, very low. And no, they get the first blood before Jackie does die. Boombell, able to take it.
You do have movement out here from MG Trust. Q's also blocking off the bot one, so it's just going to be a matter of luck who gets which.
Going to go on to Fearless now. 4-minute power rune is going to be down to that bot lane. Fearless does get the DD, but now Jabs comes in with an avalanche and the kinetic field. Fearless has no way out of this. He's trying, but it is not going to be anywhere near good enough. Boombell might be able to kill off Jabs though on the Tiny at least, so you get something for your trouble, but it's definitely a much better trade for the side of Among Us.
And there is a smoke from MG Trust. It's just Fearless and Boombell though.
Yeah, but they've got Masaros in the mid lane. They could use him if they want. Fearless going to go for the chains onto Jabs. Savage going to be around with the Spirit Bear. We'll just commit the fear and force them back. But now Masaros commits Chrono. He only got Jabs. They'll have to take it though. Jabs does try to struggle a little bit, but does end up dying. Of course, they wanted to try and catch 23 Savage out in that Chrono if they could, but he was just off. Smoke up in the mid lane. Arbed, Whitemon, and Jabs. You already have Cuckoo pressuring that mid tier 1 tower. Savage now going to move in onto Fearless. He will snap the coil, but the Avalanche is going to stop him from TPing, and they even commit the Static Storm just in case. So he couldn't remnant out of there. Into that tier 1 tower, and with this lone druid, you do tend to take it very, very quick. Masaros, he'll be glimpsed back. He time walks away, but Cuckoo going to be there with the Gale now. Burnbell, however, a nice stomp out with the Mortimer's Kisses to fly in. They want that Venomancer, but they will still lose Masaros, and they might even lose Q, who's still trying to chase down Cuckoo, but will get punished for it.
This is the smart play for Jackie, but they have to remember they're a man down, and Abed spots Jackie out.
Jackie does not want to die right now. They have the Veil up, so it's
boy.
a lot of magic damage. There's your silence, but the orb did not connect, so Jackie can go for a Sunder. A rare mistake out from Abed. Does place the tree, runs around in circles, and Jackie will just get out scot-free. Mid-top lane, however, Jabs. Being caught out, the Earth Splitter. Not really going to connect there. Jabs just going to make a run for it with the Avalanche and the toss back, but Fearless will be able to get the chains off. And they do have the damage output. However, Jackie...
Jackie? He stayed.
Oh, he stuck around down at that bot lane, and Abed, he must have assumed the puck TP'd out, but he did not. Meanwhile, top again, 23 Savage. Gonna go for a solo pick-off there onto Boombell. Now we'll just morph into the bear form and just walk out.
Really easy to chain proc those roots now. And you do not want to run into him alone, so... They don't even have control in their jungle. This is just one hero controlling their jungle, and they can't even punish too well.
Oh, they got Savage with the chains, but he's a bit too tanky right now. That bear form is about to wear off, though, so Masaros, he's going to go for the Chrono, and that's perfect timing. Into the Mortimer's Kisses. It's a lot of damage out. Savage, he will just take it. He accepts the fact that he is dead. That's Savage sticking around in that top jungle a bit too long.
Still, I think MG Trust are going to weigh that equally. They do have... Metamorphosis ready to go, so they can go for the mid-tier 1 push to get some control back here.
Masaros gonna go on to Cuckoo, hoping for a first hit bash if he can afford it, but no, they got the chains anyway into the cookie, but the Poison Nova was committed by Cuckoo prior to him going down. Now a 3-man Dream Call. Abed looking for the cleanup, jabs in with the Avalanche toss, gets Fearless, but does go down to Jackie. Now Abed needs to make a run for it. Jackie's hitting too hard. He'll get Abed on the puck, now turning back onto Savage, but the bear just rooting him up constantly. He needs to run away on this Terrorblade. Masaros going to sneak in from behind onto 23 Savage and try to fight back. The Fury is going to be out. Savage still alive, and nice Thunder out from Jackie. Going to buy him more time, but it's now onto Masaros. Meanwhile, Whitemon getting caught by Boombell does end up dying, and Masaros does manage to get himself away from that Spirit Bear.
And line up your spell use. It's not quite there. Like, Cuckoo dropped too fast. He could sustain Plague Ward spam in that fight. And the Veil just didn't do enough work, so you've got to be really cautious.
Might be caught out in this mid lane. They get the chains off into the stomp, and Masaros should have the damage output there with Fearless. They do have jabs coming in with an avalanche toss onto Masaros, and now even Abed. Showing up with the boots of travel, commits the Dream Coil, he wants the Void. Masaros trying to buy more time for himself, places the tree there as well. Masaros is going to be able to time walk out, but the toss is there from jabs. They do eventually get the kill onto Cuckoo. Now Whitemon getting Boombell with that glimpse back, but the Mortimer's Kisses going to fly in. That'll make sure that they do save the Titan, but it will mean the Snapfire will die in return. Onto Fearless now. Fearless sticking around, goes for the chains with the Static Storm, is going to be dropped. They don't have a way to really lock him down apart from the Static Storm, but with the toss up from jabs, it will be enough, and the silence there from Abed. Both teams trying to play on the edge, but Among Us are coming out on top.
It's a bit tricky for MG Trust though, because they need to play around their cooldowns. So they are up, and Masaros might get a good chrono here.
Wants to get Savage, but the bear form is going to be there. He'll just run straight through the river. He'll spot out the bear, but it looks like Whitemon going to get jumped on. Still, they did lose Boombell. That'll be your Disruptor gone. Now a chrono. He caught out Abed. That's the one he wanted. Snapfire Kisses to fly in. They do get the kill. On to more now. Abed, he could buy back, but he will not. They will accept the fact that they've lost this team fight, and Jackie on a triple and an ultra kill. Jab's going to jump in and just make sure he does go down, however. No Rampage for you, he says. But it won't matter. It's a lot of gold out for this Terrorblade and a full team wipe out for Motivate Trust.
They just play around their cooldowns. That's literally what we were talking about beforehand, but not as much as you'd expect. They need to step their A game up. They need to maximize his Blink Dagger on jabs. He does at least salvage that situation up, but knowing these spots are down, they can go for more.
Yeah, they've got Masros who'll try for the TP play. Abed does have the Dream Coil and will just commit it every single time he needs to. It's a short cooldown, but Masros trying to buy time and he cannot. Abed does have the damage output. Back into that mid lane for 23 Savage.
So they can go for another play. Among Us have to be cautious about these timers. They should know this is when VIrtus wants to fight.
Yeah, Masros, he may try and commit Chrono here. They don't quite get the stomp. Masros still time walking forward into Whitemon, but here come the TPs. Fearless, he's just going to rim it straight in onto that Disruptor. They want that Static Storm gone, and there it is. It's been dropped onto Masros, still looking for that Chrono, but he's been silenced up by Abed and can knock it out. So there goes your Void. Now the Dream Coil onto Fearless. He can't get out of this until it does expire. Earthspirit are going to be out. Fearless doesn't have any remnants available. Uh-oh. He gets the Yules off, but it's not going to be enough. He'll try to buy more time, but he's definitely going to go down. And Abed is on the hunt for more. No Dream Coil, but he might be able to just kill off Q by himself if he really wants to. Does jump in. Doesn't want to dive the tier 2 tower too far, and in fact, Jackie going to cut him off now, but Abed will be able to blink away. And the rest of Among Us are into the Roshan pit.
He might be able to force the team fight out. They held onto Meta, but the Rosh is going to fall a bit quickly. Got to run in quick with the Chrono if they want to play here.
They're going to try. Masros looking to go in, but that Roshan is so darn low. He needs to hurry. Cuckoo's slowing him down with all this poison. The Gale does not connect. There's the glimpse out. The Roshan still going down. Are they going to make the play? It's only Masros trying to get in. Now the kinetic field to hold him down. Masros, no, he can't make it in time. He tried to time walk. It's not going to be good enough. They pop the meta as well, but they're not going to get the team fight, or maybe they will. Fearless does go in for a chains. Abed is going to be there with the Dream Coil, though, so this is a bit dangerous. They'll give up on it. He's just trying to work towards the BKB. Needs that up first. Abed, however, going to spot him out with the Dream Coil now. Again, he's caught in this awkward position. He does use up jabs. Might buy him enough time, but there's your silence out now from Abed. They're chaining everything very nicely, but Fearless is going to have enough time to be able to get out of there. He'll go back for the bounty, but Remnant's out again. Abed wants to try and chase. Does commit to the jaunt. Jabs on the chase, gets the tree throw off, but it's not going to connect. Meanwhile, Masros down in the pot triangle is going to die at 23 Savage. Able to finish him off on Whitemon with the Static Storm catching him out. Tier 2 tower is still dropping low, and there's your Aghanim Scepter now on Abed and the BKB there onto 23 Savage. Coming out now on the Spirit Bear. They do stun up Savage, but they know his team is around him. Gobble up is there. Masros is going to catch out too. He got Abed. The Mortimer's Kisses. No, the toss away from jabs. He gets Abed out of trouble. Now the 3-man Dream Coil holding them all down, so Savage can get to work with that Spirit Bear, but he is going to lose one. Savage now, has he realized he wasn't in the bear form? Savage, he's going to die. They at least get Boom Bell for their trouble. But Motivate Trust successfully fight back. And they get a 2-for-1 trade. But they definitely are. The pings are coming out now from Boom Bell saying the Rosh is being taken. But it's too late. They're not going to make it in time. Gobble up, he is going to be there, however, onto Cuckoo. They'll try to fight this one out. Masros, he does have the Chrono. They are going to go into the back lines, but the Fear is there onto the Void, and now the Static Storm as well. Masros still can't Chrono. He's been rooted up. Still Cuckoo is going to die. Masros still alive, gets the Chrono off. Oh. He's caught Savage in there with the Mortimer's Kisses to fly in. They do get Whitemon. They do get Savage with the Aegis. That's the first life, but Cuckoo, or rather, the Dream Call is out from Abed. Savage gonna lose the Spirit Bear. Jackie gonna focus on the Lone Druid, does take him out. And Abed has been chained up. Goes into the phase shift. They will surround. He cannot get away. Jackie is there with the triple kill now on the Terrorblade. And they're looking pretty darn good, Motivate Trust. They might just be able to take this lower bracket final.
Not gonna be as impactful against something like the Terrorblade. So you need to find ways to build up. I think Whitemon needs his Ags up on the Disruptor very soon, although.
Bot lane, they have caught out Q on the Snapfire. Nice little pick up there for Among Us. Only thing is though, top lane's going to be forced in by Jackie and the crew. That means this Roshan should freely go the way of Motivate Trust. And it will. Jackie able to pick it up. Does also get an Aghanim Scepter blessing for himself, so he does have the Terror Wave.
And that's basically what they need to do. I mean, look at that bot wave. It pushes in onto the tier 3s. Fearless is forced to come back in. Just to defend. They are clumping down mid. You have their waves here, and Jackie's ready to go.
Oh, Jabs, you got the toss back onto Jackie with the flicker. Gonna save him for now. He'll pop that BKB. Sunder is out as well. Flicker coming in clutch once again, John. But a glimpse back onto Masros into that Aghanim Scepter Static Storm. Is going to be Masros does go down, and now Jabs looking for more. Misses the Avalanche, now the Abyssal is going to be up from Jackie. He'll try to fight, but the toss back again. They want to control this Terror Blade, but he is still just going at them with the Terror Wave. Cuckoo trying to fight back, but he really just can't. He will die. A double kill out for Jackie. Masros has brought back and is making his way to the mid lane. Octarine Core now coming out on the Ember as well, but you do have one there on Arbet. MG Trust, they may have had enough. Glimpse back, however, they've caught out Fearless, but he'll Remnant. They re-engage. Chrono is going to catch out two of them. They've got Savage in there. Jackie's going to get started straight onto that lone Druid, but now Arbet just trying to keep them safe. But Jackie able to go back onto the Spirit Bear. Savage being tossed down by Jabs back into the base, but Fearless with the double chains out. They killed off Boombell. Jabs is getting very, very low, but the fear's out from the Spirit Bear. Gonna save the day in Arbet, jumping in for some more silence. They've bought enough time that the Metamorphosis has worn off, but the Abyssal Blade is going to be out onto Cuckoo. He'll be alright. Jackie may have gone too far. He's been feared up. Fearless going to be silenced as he does come back in. G-Trust, they cannot push the high ground. They will head back. G-Trust down to that bot lane. Jackie's going to give it another crack. He pops the Metamorphosis. 3 tower. Going to go down very, very quick. Free volley going to be out onto the creep wave. They'll get rid of all the creeps there from the Dire side, but Boombell caught out Jabs with that stomp. Now the gobble up in onto Masros with the Chrono. He wants that disruptor dead ASAP. Fearless meanwhile going into the backlines, but he's been dream caught up now. Can he get himself out? No, he actually juked it out with the Sleight of Fist. Cuckoo and Jabs both going down. Now your Static Stormer, Whitemon is dead as well. They're trying to just kill off the Ember, but Fearless is going to survive. Arbet's the one dropping on the puck. He will phase shift in time. We'll be able to blink back to the fountain, but the tier 4 towers now are under siege. There are 2 heroes up, 3 down without buyback. Can they actually win this one out? Among Us, they need to try and defend. MG Trust, though, not waiting around. They know there's no buybacks left. Jackie onto the second tier 4. He's already gotten 1. It's very, very hard for them to defend this. Abyssal Blade is going to be out onto Masros. There might be enough time, but no, the Gobble Up is going to be out from Q. He will protect, back spinning him back into the 23 Savage. Tier 4 towers still going down for Jackie. The Savage is going to fear up, back with the Abyssal Blade in, onto that Spirit Bear. Arbet, meanwhile, back onto Masros. We'll get the Void off. Does kill him. But the Ancient now is exposed. Jackie just getting started, but the Dream Coil is going to come out buying more time. The respawns are soon, but it looks like they won't have the time. Jackie just keeps going after the Ancient. How do you defend any further? Savage is going to run in by himself for the fear, but he does not have a Spirit Bear. He'll get the fear off. The Ancient now, backdoor protection's going to kick in. They don't have the creeps. They're going to try and go through it. There's just Static Storm out from Whitemon. The Ancient is so darn low, but Savage, another fear to come out. The Ancient's still dropping low. Fearless is on, but the repair kit is going to be there in time. The backdoor protection, can they get through it? It looks like they can. Motivate Trust have done it. They're through to the grand final.
Oh, that's revenge. That's the revenge they were looking for from the playoff start. The upper bracket, Among Us knocked them down into the lower bracket. Rematch here.